Oh, well, thank you, Kiwi, for the sentiment. That was all for, those are all the words of Roger. Roger Doust. Roger, Roger sent all of those songs, and those were in the description. Those words were in the descriptions. After Cliff passed away, Cliff was a viewer. He was an active chatter, and we missed him greatly. Much love to the people who come by the show, the Gem Show. This week we have Iolite. I sent a plant update. Oh, alright. Kiwi, I was going to show you a sprout that I got going on. I'm gonna actually get that sent to you. I wanted to talk to you about it. But I wanted to like give you a call and talk to you, you know, like video chat or something, but mostly I've been restifying. Oh, there it is. Yep, that's the stone. You can see it in the rough form, the form that I bought it in. I got that one, plus I want to say, I don't know, 4 or 5 other pieces as well. And I'm happy with the purchase. Satisfactory. Let me know if that's too loud. Hey, Chris, thanks for coming by. Chris the Phenomenon. The phenomenal Chris is totally chatting a fine. This is the daily recommended amount of diabetes for one small army of very large men. And I'm gonna pour at least the most of it in my gullet. Cheers to the lemonade drinkers. That's what it is. It's country time lemonade with lime carbonation and caffeine. Oh man, look at how full that is. Oh, it's right at the top. Oh, it's gonna go over. No, it's not. Is it gonna go over? Oh, don't shake too much, Jake. Oh, yeah. Did not drip down the bottom yet. Come on there, surgeon. It's not dripping off the bottom yet. Can we get a sip? Oh, baby. There we go. What has orange juice in it? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Hey, Michigan natives here. Hey, oh, Michigan native. I was wondering about, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We need 4 tests. So we need to repeat the test 4 times. Now, I don't expect anybody to want to get that involved, but laying it all out there is what we need to do. In order to be scientific, we need 4 tests. It needs to be the same test 4 times over. And we need to do 10 of each sample. So 10 control and 10 boosted. Now we're talking seeds, right? So grand total we're gonna need 10 times 10, or 10 plus 10 is 20 times 4, so we're gonna need 80 of the same type of seed. Can we come up with 80 of the same seeds? Is that a lot to ask? I don't know. Because sometimes people talk about paying a lot for seeds. Sometimes people talk about how they have a lot of seeds. That's just the idea. That was the idea of where to start. Like with this stone. I didn't quite know where to start with this stone. I didn't really have a stone to do. And I wanted to do some Iolite because it's been a little while. The stone seemed to have some clarity and I wasn't quite sure how to finish it out. So I just kind of went with it. But it just kind of happened to turn out to be that medieval shape that you see up there. This is the size of him. Just to give you kind of an idea. And it, you know, the fact that it has the blues and the clear brownishness in it, I like that. It really kind of shows off the quality of the Iolitefulness. So I'm kind of happy about that. I'm making fem beans right now. Ooh, the ladies. We love the ladies. Link sharing Samsung. I'm upset with Samsung, man. Their phones keep not working as well as all the off-brand ones that I've had, like the Kiwakwe and the Huawei and the red whatever it was. I don't know. But then again, those other phones never really worked either. You know what I really miss is my Ninja Turtle phone. Yeah, that was just... I will go on too long about it, but basically it was a phone and it had a rubber Ninja Turtle case. Yeah, that was awesome. I love my Ninja Turtle phone. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. Okay, so now if we're talking beans, how much are you gonna need? So you're talking about sprouting. Hi, call it. How's it going? We need to talk about bandage openers too. I thought it would be, because there's a lot of questions that you had and a lot of questions people tend to have about the bandage opener. I figured the easiest way to start would be to just send you the bandage opener, and I mean, you already paid the shipping and everything, so just to send you the bandage opener, and then we could start from there so you can kind of get an idea of what we're working with. I like Iolite. Chris and I talk about Iolite all the time because Jamie originally called it Laugh Out Loudite, and Chris thought that was really funny. So we've been occasionally we will, instead of going LOL, we'll go Iolite with the small I, so it's very obvious. I love questions. Okay, so let's see. 10 beans. Well, I imagine that you could probably get away with reusing it, but then again, I don't want to... It's not going to be the same. Let's say 1 bottle for 10 beans. Yeah. That would definitely be sure to have some sort of potency. So I could just send you 4 bottles. Yeah. Because if we're going to do the test 4 times over, 80 seeds, 40 of them need it, 10 per seed, yeah. And then that would be the start. That'd be our starting point. I like the sound of that. Now, the only thing I got to do is get the other 2 Iolite videos. Because we got them. I finished it out just today. Okay, there we go. You can see this one get finished. I also got jokes. Just so you know, I got jokes. They're not very good. Oh, I forgot to start with the joke. Kiwi, where was I with that? You gotta remind me. You gotta remind me to start the show with a joke, because I was supposed to be like, after the song, I was gonna say one of the jokes, and then start the show. Because I did that once, and I really liked it on the playback. Okay, we're done with that part. We're working on this part, and we can click on this here. Because we can manage while hosting. Beans, beans, the wonderful food. Okay, Kiwi, interesting you said wonderful, because originally when I was a kid I thought it was magical. Beans, beans, the magical fruit. But then when I heard it again as musical, I thought, well, that makes more sense. Beans, beans, the musical fruit. And now you say it's the wonderful food. Yeah. Which the problem is, I'm not real partial to beans. I don't know why. Maybe I'm getting a little more partial to beans, but it's like I don't really like beans and onions. And then Jamie's like, that's all I eat. And I'm like, well, great, you can have all my beans and onions. I'm laughing. Good, Chris, because it's Iolite. There should be a lot of Ioliting on this stream. I need to be a little more Ioliting. Colette, jokes good. Anytime. Oh, Colette. Hey, that reminds me. I forgot to do the thing. I was actually gonna, I was gonna say thank you to the joke doctor. So, folks, I'm gonna give a shout out during the joke portion, but I'm gonna give a little pre-shout out now. This guy, he's on YouTube, right? And he's like posting how to be a stand-up comedian videos, like shorts and longs, and you know, I think a lot of it was posted like a year ago, but it's still all very relevant. I really get a kick out of it. He was talking about how some, like he talks about listing jokes, and he's talking about some different procedures to make jokes, and to make jokes better. Now the short story is I tagged him on Twitter and he replied. And one of the jokes that we had last week, I'm going to try and redo it because he actually developed it into a bit. He not only replied, he replied with like 3 replies. It was like a really good reply. And so I'm going to try and do the bit and give him a shout out. His name's Jerry Corley. He does, well, he's the joke doctor. He doctors up jokes. He was talking about like emceeing events and the different ways that you can, write comedy and get into the comedy industry. He wrote for the Tonight Show for like 8 or 10 years or something, and yeah, it was really cool that he replied to me because I thought, oh, this guy, he's busy, but no, he did good work. Gems. What did I miss? Gems. Yes, you add gems. That's the thing about humor. Not everybody finds it funny. Yeah, well, that's another thing, Chris, is having your audience. So that kind of actually made me think for a moment about perspective. Like, let's say, for example, that you are at a stand-up venue and there's a large crowd, and the large crowd will draw other people because they'll just come in to the crowd, but the crowd won't continue to grow unless there's a reason for the crowd to be there. You have to feed the crowd. So let's boil it all the way down to if you are a stand-up comedian and there's one couple. You don't know them. Dude was like, hey, I'm going to take you out this weekend. And gal's like, hey, I want to go to the comedy club. And dude's like, all right, that sounds like a good idea. And so they're going out and they're trying to have a good time, and dude wants to treat his wife or girlfriend or whatever and be like, hey, this is gonna be fun, you're gonna be glad, and they go to a place that they're like, all right, this will be the comedy club, and then you got to give them their money's worth. They want to have a fun evening, a relaxing time. They want to actually enjoy the jokes, and they want the tickle. They want the gutcha goo. They want the gotcha. They want the yuck. They want the guffaw aw. Wait. Oh, I messed it up. It's the guffaw aw. I don't know. There's some kind of a shout out to King of the Hill. Guffaw aw buffaw something. We'll get it. But anyway, we do have jokes for the joke portion, and I'm going to give a shout out to that joke doctor again, because that was really cool that he replied. I want to try that out. I only greet green beans when they show up at the door, and then they knock on the door, and I greet them. Whole or French style. Green beans. Want to get tickled? Right. That's Kiwi. That should be the topic of my special. I was like, yeah, we'll call it Jacob Downey Bathroom Humor. I think you found a better title. Kiwi. That'll be what we call my special. It'll be called Jacob Downey. Want to get tickled? Yeah. I really like that. Yep. I tell you what. Hey, that's funny. That is really clickbaity too. Want to get tickled? No. But maybe. Probably not. Depends on who. Which reminds me, we're running out of time. Because we only got a few minutes after this video. So we'll do the joke portion after that. How do I see your videos that are private? Oh, well, I don't know, Colette. What videos do you want to see? Which reminds me, as far as, let's see. Oh, we do have a private video. I privatized where I was talking on that Google Meet. I was like, Google Meet, caption fun, and I was reading the captions back, and the caption algorithm was trying to retype what I was reading. Gem cutting videos. There's nothing private that's worth watching. I don't know. I don't think that I have any gem cutting videos that are private, except for maybe the ones that, like, they copied over. And it's like like I'd have like 5 of the same video, but there's like 1 second or 3 seconds or something. Lots say private in your playlist. Oh, I'll have to look that over, Colette. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out. Which playlist are you talking about? Post the link. I'll look at it. I'll look at it later. Because before I forget, I want to talk about the bandage opener. So, Colette, what do you think about the bandage opener? Because I think there's too many instructions with it. Like, you have to put the bandage in it, just not too much. It has to be just back, and you have to squeeze it on the right spot, and you have to hold it for 4 seconds. And that, I don't know, it's just too much. Now, as far as using it with my palm, my customers have said that they do that, but I think the plastic is too hard to squeeze. Gotcha. Okay, so there's 2 different sizes of them, Colette. And so the one of them is the one that's shorter. It's the strip ope. It's the earlier version. That one is pretty hard to squeeze. But I was wondering about the other one, because the other one's a little bit longer. But that makes me wonder, okay, the longer one's a little better, okay. Yeah, I kind of wondered about that, because like you were saying about that assister, that assistance thinger that kind of helps it out. But I don't know, it's because it's kind of hard. It's still too hard for okay, so we need to get it to I guess well, like my great aunt's 85, and she complains about how she can't use her hands, but that probably kind of threw me off a little bit. So what I need to do is get like a pounds per square inch braiding and get it down to that. Longer is better. That's what she said about Iolite. Yep, the longer Iolite is the better Iolite. Exactly, Chris. So that's what makes me wonder about you know, some kind of device to help it, but mostly it's meant to help people with one hand. Like if you got one hand, how does that, you know, how can you open a bandage with one hand? I don't know. Maybe True Patriot knows. How's it going, True Patriot? Good to see you, man. Glad you came by. More pliable plastic. Okay, so Colette, I've used ABS, and I've used I want to say that's food grade polypropylene. And oh, it's been so long since I've been working on the bandage opener too. You know, it wouldn't be the same if I didn't show the bandage opener. I gotta show the bandage opener. I'll be right back, and I am gonna show the bandage opener. QB, were you the one posting all those memes in the journal's Discord before we went live? That was almost a little distracting. I think I spent too much time wondering why Discord was going ka-bling, 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 ka-bling. And, yeah, it was just like 50 memes. So anyway, here's the bandage opener. I call it Opie the bandage opener. And here's the instructions. This is all my handiwork with the computer. This is basically how you put the bandage in, and then you push right here for 4 seconds. So the idea is You put the bandage in. Let's see. Right there. Like that. And then push it together for 4 seconds. And then it opens up your bandage package. But the problem is, like Colette said, it's too hard to push because I have to push it till it collapses. And so it's like, is there a way to make a more pliable plastic or a more easily squeezable version? But the thing is, it's not a matter of being sticky and grabbing the plastic or grabbing the wrapper. It's really more about the physics behind the device and how it interacts while it's opening, which is where the springiness comes into play, which actually comes back to these little ribs here and kind of goes more into the device itself. But basically, it's designed to help. And folks, I use it most often for my bathroom trash bags. I keep it one by the bathroom trash bags. I also I have one in my car because when I get a blister on my hand and I need to cover it over and keep going without making it worse or causing it to get infected or something like that, or maybe I'm doing something and I start bleeding because a blade or a nail got me and I'm doing some trim work, so I gotta be clean and I can't get blood all over everything, so I gotta use a bandage for that. So I keep one in my car and I use it because when first off, when I get cut or something like that to where I need a bandage, I'm upset. I don't want to have to deal with another little bandage thing trying to get it open, and one of my fingers is all bloody, so I'm all fiddling with my fingers. I want it open now. So that's where this comes in. But like I say, I mostly just use it for my bathroom trash bags. But the thing about this is I make them myself. I buy the plastic thing, the tongs, and then I modify them, and I melt them. That's how I get this recurve, which also kind of goes more into the physics involved with it. And then, I nip the ends off, and when I nip the ends off of the salad tongs, that's where wait a minute, where's it at? That's where I get those. So Colette, that keychain cat scratcher / miniature beard comb, that comes off the end of this. Think of that little thing on the end of here, and you got another one. They're salad tongs. They're cheap, disposable, recyclable, biodegradable, so you can even throw it in the trash and it breaks down. Salad tongs that I made. Me. Yep, designed the whole thing, package and everything. Even that nice blue package with the round label that reads real cool. Kalakis is here. Thanks, Kalakis. Hey, I appreciate that, man. That's this is a waterproof label, so it lasts and it holds up. I got the instructions on there and everything. And the interesting thing about Bandage Opener that relates to the plant food is that when I ran the Kickstarter for the Bandage Opener, I offered everybody a gemstone, and I was like, alright, pick out a gemstone. And they did, and then all the cuttings from that I dumped on the garden, so that's where I got the recipe from, is that all the people who selected the various stones, it turned out to be that was the recipe, and that's kind of where it sort of came from. I went back and looked and engineered and checked it out, and I tweaked it a little, but not much. But that's basically where the gist of the recipe came from. Oh no, it's over. There. Now it's working again. Yay! To things that work properly. But let's see, what super idea. Hey, maybe an X-like design. Hey, Kiwi Claw, that's interesting. Make the two sides closer together. Now, I don't know if we can do that, because it's got to be... We'll call it, let's just say I went through a lot of prototypes. I want to say I'm at 1,000 open bandages. Next time I show the bandage opener, I'll bring out all the bandages, but I'm tired of picking them all up because they keep falling out of... Hey, did you send me an email? I think I did. Let me see if I did, because I was pretty sure I did, but I got to make sure I did. Which reminds me, did I? To Kalakis, F20. Let's see. Oh yeah, it says Cheers Chieftain. I don't know if I spelt that properly. Yep, it's got my phone number on it. You can give me a call if you want to, or send me an email. Email Motron. All those kinds of things. I'm an email type of person. Yep, it's at a .gmail. Yep. Check your spam. I might have gone in the spam email. I might be too big. I don't know. Let's see what I was talking about next, cause this video is almost over, but we got one more little video to finish out this gem. But what we're actually gonna do is get ready for this week's joke portion, because I got not only do I have the joke portion, I got some jokes. Let's see how many I got. I can't really say how many I got exactly. It reads 32 jokes, but like some of them are bits, like 2 of them are bits, and let's see. Yeah, oh, that was right. One of them, I want to give a shout out to the Joke Doctor for replying to me on Twitter, because you know, that's pretty cool. We're trying to make, you know, the joke portion of the program a little more entertaining each time. I try to, you know, I appreciate y'all for appreciating the joke portion. But Alpine Gulch is here, and I appreciate Alpine Gulch for coming by. How's it going, Alpine? Been a while. Jokes on top of jokes. Jake's jokes all over the place. And I got jokes like, what happened when the chef dropped his phone in the cookie dough? He baked a batch of smart cookies. Yeah, that one. I'm gonna tell you that joke again. I was supposed to tell that joke at the very beginning of the show, but we didn't get there. Oh, okay, that's the end of that video. So that means what we can do is crank up the volume, and we'll pump up the peanut butter. And then we can eat it with the jam. Oh, okay, it's backwards. Gotcha. There you go. And got this one, and then we'll go like this, and it's like we're a composer, and we'll go, we can reply to people in real time. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Alright. So, I hope that's lucid. Probably not. I didn't actually proofread it, but we sent it out. Hey, nice plants, Josh. Looking great. Okay, so, let's see. Cattywampus. Is that the name of your plant? I'm always lifted, and I always like to set it down. Set what down? I can't even reach the ground from up here. But we were trying to actually get to a portion of the program that's relevant to jokes. And I still played the wrong video thinger. I'm going to fix that one of these weeks. One of these weeks when we're not busy with the joke portion of the program. I was a little late on that, but that's alright. So, I don't know if any of you were here last week for this part, but Gromy's Homies was asking what a skid steer is, and I wanted to mention that, oh, this joke is so stale. It's a week old. It's so stale. A skid steer is way different than a steer skid. Ruins your new fence. I'm sure Paige would laugh at that. Okay, this was the joke that I kind of rushed through earlier. What happened when the chef dropped his phone in the cookie dough? He baked a batch of smart cookies. Did I say that right? He baked a batch of smart cookies. I don't know. Feels like there's more potential in that, but we're going to move on to the next one because, well, hey, Calacus, why are stoners so considerate? Because they have high class. Yeah, it's a good one. Confuse us, say confusing things. That's why it confuse us. Confucius say confusing things. That's why it confuse us. That's why they confuse us. Still moving on. What's the most comfortable thing to wear while computing? Software. What did the puzzle master say when he quickly finished the maze? That was amazing. Hey, we should actually make that more of like a what did the comedian say? What did the audience say when the comedian made a joke about the maze? What made a joke about? Oh, yeah. What? Okay, so let's type that down. What did the audience say when the comedian made a joke about corn? That's amazing. Moving on from that one. Oh, I lost my place. What do you call a spice for corn? Amazing. What do you call it when you invest in a relationship with your garbage man? A junk bond. We had the word invest in there. It's a little stretch. I like to be generous. That's why the jokes are on me. Just kind of let that sink in a little bit. Alright, so I noticed, and you guys, this is more of an no. Where is it where you do stuff with your hands? But I noticed that back in the day, people used to be like, "Yo, bro, give me a call, hit me up." But telephones don't look like that or do that anymore. Nowadays, you got to use your finger and thumb. You got to be like, "Yo, dude, text me up, hit me up, yo." Cheers. I don't know if that was funny or not, but we kind of made the comparison. And it happened, and you were here for it. That reminds me of like a buddy of mine. I swear, he grows a longer beard with each kid. But actually, I think he's growing a beard just to justify eating more flapjacks. I know I want to. I'd like to grow a beard just so I can carry an axe without looking suspicious. Maybe I could sell more paper towels? There's a brawny joke. I think that's kind of a stretch, though. So we're going to move on because we got to catch up. To what? My salad. It ran away when it heard me coming. I guess it was a chicken salad. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is more of a classic. Why couldn't the assassin get a date? He kept asking if he could take them out. Really? This is a shout out to Rodney Dangerfield, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I was scratching at the barrel. You know why people call him Rodney? 'Cause they give him the rod and then they give him the knee. No respect. What type of music do bees like? Bebop. I don't know about my phone. It's a military phone, but it doesn't have any general settings. Oh, I think I just screwed up the joke, didn't I? Because this is a note. I feel bad about this one too. Welcome to the joke portion. So, I screwed up that joke, but we're going to try it again. I got a phone, It doesn't have any general settings. It doesn't have any private settings. It only has lieutenant settings. It must be a military phone. Why did Noah defy the building code? He wanted anarchy. No, he wanted anarchy. He wanted anarchy. Yeah. Alright, somebody said something about a lighthouse, and I was like, a heavy house. And then I was like, is a mobile home a lighthouse? Is that what they're talking about? A mobile home is a lighthouse. It's not very heavy. You can haul it around. What sport do fish play in Marseille? Baseball. So that was the joke from last week. I was like, baseball. Maybe we can build this out. And then I was like, I'm going to tell you about it next week. And then I looked up what bouillabaisse was, and I thought it was like what you make soup out of. But actually, it's a fish soup from Marseille. So I was like, there's not much room in this joke, after all, is there? What sport do fish play in Marseille? Baseball. Why? Oh, let's see. Yeah, slaying is too violent for 2020. We need a Buffy reboot called Buffy Vampire Counselor. This is a classic joke, if you were here for the original joke portion, because there's not much to it, and I wrote it down anyway. And I'm starting to wonder. What do you call romancing someone on Zoom? A data stream. A data stream. Okay. Man, I feel bad for centipedes. What if they oh yeah, why did the centipede trip? 'Cause he started on the wrong foot. Man, I feel bad for centipedes. Anyway, first off, it's hard to make sure all your socks match. And then you probably go through foot powder by the drum. I think there's more to it there. I need a third part for this centipede thing, but that's all I got. That's all I got this week was those two. Maybe we can find another part for the centipede thing, but if it had a third part relating to feet, yeah. Let's try last week's joke and add to it. Let's try that out. So, I feel bad for centipedes. First off, it's hard to make sure all your socks match. You probably go through foot powder by the drum, and every time you walk into the shop and ask for ribbon, the guy says, "How many feet?" There you go. That kind of wraps it out. Yeah. Little tip from the joke doctor, giving it, because he said something about threes, and I was like, that makes sense, because I usually try to put threes in there. It kind of wraps things together. You got beginning, middle, end. Yeah, it kind of wraps up the idea. Oh, here's something for the brew tubers. This is a whiskey joke. I know I tell you guys a whiskey joke every month or so. Why did the whiskey give me gas? 'Cause it was a bourbon whiskey. Talking about bourbon whiskey, but it was a bourbon whiskey. Which bee has the least money and the most horns? The bumblebee. That's terrible. Joke. Which month is the most respected? August. And before I tell you the last one, I want to try out this thing that the joke doctor gave me to try and fix my joke, which I actually need to tweet on Twitter, don't I? There we go. So let me pull up. Yeah, Mr. Corley, Jerry Corley, the joke doctor. I asked him about our joke last week. What's worse than mustard gas? Beans and mustard gas. And he gave me a way to deliver it, and where it's like it's more of a bit. He's helping me to develop it into a bit, and I'm not ready to deliver this like a bit, but I'm going to try and deliver it by reading it, and you'll maybe you can see what I'm trying to do here, or what he's trying to give me here to do with the joke portion. So, and it kind of it adds to it, in my opinion. So here's this quote. I was always a bit of a wise ass in school. I'd say the stupidest things. Like one time the teacher was talking about chemical weapons, and she said, what's worse than mustard gas? And I was like, beans and mustard gas? I like that. I really like that, because that builds it out. It does, and he's right. He's like, if there is no place for bathroom humor, a ton of comedians would be out of work. The joke is currently written as a riddle, very simple, can fit it on a popsicle stick. He says, by the way, people get paid to write those, which I need to talk to him more about. But for stand-up, you could improve the joke better with context. And then he gives me that context, and I think that's great. I really appreciate that, because I asked him for the feedback, and he gave me that feedback, and he says sometimes you can take dumb jokes and assign them to another character, an alter ego. Sometimes it's more plausible when you're making fun of someone for maybe yourself or something for saying it. So I really appreciate that. And much love to Jerry Corley, the joke doctor, for giving us that tip and kind of helping us out with all our jokes here on the joke portion, which we have one more of, which get ready for, or run away if you don't want to hear it. I'm trying to find it, and I'm going to find it because it's right about somewhere. I'm going to mess it up if I don't find the actual joke. Okay, why could the Lone Ranger draw faster than everyone? He stuck to his guns. And that's this week's joke portion of the program. Thanks, y'all, for coming by and hanging out, and I'm going to turn the audio down before I blast your ears out with grinding noises, because we've got like 3 minutes left of video or something like that to show you of the gemstone. And I'm going to give a shout out to all the fantastic people who were able to make it this week. And that doesn't mean I don't love the people who couldn't make it this week, because I do. I love all of y'alls. I love y'alls for coming on by and saying hello and hanging out. And Anonymous Coward made it. George Carl, oh dude, that's too much of a compliment right there. Don't bid on it, Jacob. Much like my joke about Bitcoin. I think that's one of my best, topical jokes to point, is that Bitcoin joke last week where I was like, I invested in some cryptocurrency. I think I got bit. I think if I could develop that out, man, that's like I was watching like Joe DeVito do his thing. He's like dating over 40, and it's a pretty funny hour-long bit. I really got some tips out of that. I think that's somewhere we can go with it. So I think we're kind of building out to that. And we do that a little bit each week when we try for the joke portion of the program. Much love to all of you for coming by. We got fantastic people. Kiwi Claw made it. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out, Kiwi Claw. And your plants are looking great, much like Chris the Phenomenon's plants. He's been growing black cherry tomatoes. How cool is that? Which reminds me, Michigan Native's got this really cool outdoor garden, and he's got it on Instagram plus his channel, and he wood burned into the door and everything. And Colette made it, so we got to talk about the Bandage Opener. Colette, I want to talk to you more about the Bandage Opener, because you had some great points that I didn't address and I didn't talk about during the show, and I need to actually bring those up. Like True Patriot, I need to talk to you a little bit more about that rose quartz, because we were actually talking about another gemstone, and I can't remember what it is, but we'll talk about the next time we panel up. And Kalakis, I got you an email, man. I hope I got it right this time, and we got your email sent out, and we'll chat with some emails, or you can give me a call sometime after the show or whenever. Hey, Alpine Gulch made it. It's always good to see you. I'm glad you were here, Alpine Gulch. Fantastic people, wonderful people. And of course, Anonymous Coward came by and anonymously uncowarded, stood up and said hello, and cheers to the mugs for everyone who's in the chats. Much love. I'm going to see how many jokes I can write, and then I'm going to see y'all next week and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern. Have a great week, y'all.